Hi guys, what's up YouTube? This is Quick Bob Hero here with Pokemon Omega Ruby battle. This is an OU match I had against a guy called Chabby Chow. I think I found him on the PSS, just under random people, passerbys, but I might be wrong, but I think that's where I found him. I don't know. It's been like months since I had this battle, but the important thing is, do you notice anything cool? I mean, the fact that it's an actual, it looks like it's straight up an emulator. Well, that's because of a guy called Wajton, and there's letters in between, but I have his link in the description. He has a really good guide to how to do this, and it's because of him, he helped me out a lot to get this working. So please check him out, and I'll link him in the description. I'll link the video too. Give him a sub, he deserves it. And so, without further ado, let's go to team preview. So, looking at his team, he has a Latios. My team has nothing to tank Latios. I forgot to put a Steel type or a Fairy type or something that can really tank a Latios, like Tyranitar. I didn't put one on this team. Just when I was building it, I completely forgot about it. So, my team really has to be wary because the only thing that can really take a hit is Slowbro. And just thinking about that, I have to lead off with Slowbro because Slowbro beats both Latios and can help beat Azumarill. So, he can lead off with basically anything. He might even lead off with Heatran to get up his own rocks, but I'm going to expect him to lead off with a Water type, and again, I can't afford it, a Water type or Latios, because my Landorus T is my only rocker, so, if I go turn on rocks, that's the best sort of lead. So, it's just safe for me. Go out to Slowbro, see what's going to happen, and just try to go from there. And my game plan, is essentially to basically take out Heatran, because Heatran is really the thing stopping me from just going straight for Serperior sweep. It's just Serperior's boss against this team, so that's going to be my game plan. And, well, without further ado, let's get started. So, I lead out with Slowbro, called Melissa, because, generally Slowbros would be male, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give some good old Gen 5 throwbacks. So, suspecting Heatran to go for rocks, I just want to weaken this Heatran so Serp's HP ground can take it out, but I'm suspecting a switch in to Thundurus, so I'm gonna send out Landorus. But there's one thing. This might be Scuffed or even Life Orb because my Landorus is Stealth Rocks, right? So I'm actually going to switch out. And I'm going to switch out to Char-X because it beats, HPS. So I decide just to Mega Evolve because I could be the Will-O-Wisp set and I could have just completely screwed over Azu. But unfortunately, I am the Dragon Dance set, which sucks in this particular battle. It's useful, but it's not on this one, especially since I'm DD Roost. I don't have Earthquake. So going for Dragon Dance was basically a waste, but I knew I would scare Azu, so I was like, why not? So Heatran goes to Stealth Rocks, and I just send out Infernape. I figured it's pretty safe because that's his rockers. So I was really just going to go for a close combat because I need to get this thing weakened, but he chose to Protect, and Heatran's a key threat, so I'm like, he's going to send out Azu, and I was like, yep, I knew it. So I went for the Gunk Shot, and this is really nice damage. That is so good. I probably could have KO'd with a Mach Punch, but I decided, you know what, I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to send out my Slowbro. As this Azu decides to switch out too, probably expecting Serperior, actually. So he sends out Heatran. I'm just going to switch out. I don't know what this might carry Toxic. That's gonna be a huge pain. So I'm just gonna send out Landorus because this is basically a free opportunity to get up rocks. Because what's he gonna do? The worst he can do is send out Latios or Thundurus, but it's still rocks, and he has no form of hazard control minus Latios. And any free turn I get from Latios is good. So just go for rocks. It's one of the best moves in the game. Weakens Azu, weakens Thundurus, there's just no reason not to go for it. So, I don't know if it's a mistake. Most people, if it was a win con, you'd switch out Thundurus, but probably expected that. He did expect that, so he stayed in. So I'm just gonna U-turn out to Slowbro. Heatran goes to Lava Plume, and fortunately or unfortunately, as you can maybe see later in the match, I get burned from Lava Plume. I guess it's alright because it means I don't get toxic. But yeah, it's probably a 30% chance. I've had worse luck. So I go for Scald as it protects. Now I could have slacked off, but I was thinking he might have predicted that, or something might have happened. And worst comes to worst, if he sent out Latios, then I could have slacked off. But now I really should have slacked off, because it would have allowed me to tank a Draco Meteor. But instead, I go for Scald. And fortunately, I get the payback burn. They're both 30% chance. And well, it sucks because it means my Slowbro is going to be taken out by a Draco Meteor, and there's just nothing I could switch in on this. I didn't put a freaking Steel type on this team, I didn't put a Fairy type, and put a Steel Fairy type, but you know, I just didn't. So I really need to fix that up if I plan on using this team again. So I'm gonna send out Serperior, just, you know, oh, I have Dragon Ball Spooky, so I'm gonna switch out because I'm expecting Heatran. Why would it just sack this Latios? It doesn't make any sense. So he goes out to Heatran, and I'm just like, okay, this is basically close combat time, because I mean, yes, I could go for Gunk Shot, go for some good damage on Thundurus, but first of all, it might not even be Scarfed. I mean, he does need some wall breakers on this team. I could see him be that. So I'm just going to go for close combat. There's no reason for me not to. Now, he sends out Latios, and he just decides to sack it. In my opinion, he should have sacked out Azumarill first, and then sent out Latios, just to get some good damage. But you know what? He probably expected Azumarill to be able to live the Stealth Rocks, but it doesn't, so that's just gone. So rest in peace, Azu. There's a heaven for you. Now he's gonna send out Keldeo. I'm like, okay, the most 99.9% of Keldeos, they go for Scald. I'm just gonna send out my Latios. He goes for Icy Wind though, and I was just like, oh, okay, this is probably gonna do a lot, but it does like next to nothing. Well, it does like half. It does a little less than half. So I'm just like, this is definitely just a Scarf. So I'm gonna take this opportunity, go out to Charizard. I know I can take a hit, but he misses. It doesn't matter. I just would have roosted. So I decided to go for the Dragon Claw, and this just does nice damage. I mean, yes, I could have switched out, but I didn't want to risk anything. I mean, this guy went for Icy Wind. I just didn't want to risk anything. So I went for the Dragon Claw, and as long as he trends at 60%, which I can easily do, because my Latios has Surf, and I have Nape to bait out, then I should be fine. Just, I need to be able to sweep with Serperior, because at this point, once I get Heatran gone, I can just bomb, bada boom, Scooby-Doo, you're out of here. And I'm just like, okay. So I sent out Landorus. This is basically just fodder. What else is it gonna do now? Maybe it could have helped Megalopony, but I haven't really given it any opportunities to switch in. I always have threats like Infernape or Serperior out, so there's just no opportunity for Megalopony to even be sent in the first place. So I'm just like, okay, just sack this thing. There's nothing else I can really do. I don't want to send out Nape and just risk anything, so I'm just gonna send him out now. And just, he really had no switch-ins at this point. He needed Keldeo as a Scarfer because everything else was slower at base form. Lopunny was his only remote chance of cleaning up late game, and I guess he might have been able to sack Thundurus, but it would have been nice, especially if it was Scarfed, to handle Serperior. So he goes for the Icy Wind. I go for Gunk Shot because it's just, why not? I basically want this thing to live so I can set up with Serperior. So if there was a Thundurus switch in, just go for Gunk Shot. I probably could have Mach Punched to be safe, but whatever. So I sent out Serperior, and since basically anything that comes in is going to get screwed, he goes for the Icy Wind.
We're all gonna die.
So I was still all that health, and this is just glorious. I'm gonna get that +2 with that +1 speed. She's just thinking like, oh my god, what have I done with my life? Because I'm just gonna clean house with Serperior. And he goes out to Megalopony. Now, he could have, if I didn't have the Giga Drain, have, faked out and played that shenanigans and won. But I had the Giga Drain, so, man, that insight though. So, basically, he's just like, alright, I'm so dead. So, he's just going Thunderous, last ditch effort, trying to get some fake out games. But, man, just look at this. I go for Leaf Storm, and then check this out, Boom! No crit, just dead. So this Lopunny is gonna come in, and basically has to pray for a crit, and spoiler, it doesn't. So this is just great. Now, this is gonna be a good game, guys. I hope you enjoyed the little Serperior sweep, because man, Serperior is a boss. I really need to use him more. So, that's about it from me, guys. Please check out Watchton. He really helped me out with this. And good game, guys. Rate, comment, subscribe, and peace. Serperior is a beast.